Time for another Indomitus conversion video, and in this one we're going to convert the Necron Scarabs, and it's coming right up.
Necrons!
Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. And if you're new to the channel and you want to learn about Necrons and more, then please subscribe and hit the bell button to turn on all notifications so you don't miss an upload. Okay, so in this episode we are going to convert the Necron Scarabs. These are the new swarm bases which look super cool. However, you only get 3 different designs and we're going to need a lot more scarabs than that. So let's go table down and have a look how I converted them. Okay, so here are my 2 lots of scarabs from the Indomitus box sets. I've got 2 sets, of course, so 12 scarabs in total. Now, just for reference, I haven't glued the actual swarms to the base. These are loose, they can come off so that I can paint them a bit easier. I have glued the little rocks onto the base though, just for reference. So you get a duplicate set of 3 just in one Indomitus box. So obviously here I've got 4, 4 and 4 of the same sculpt. Now potentially you could use this to your advantage. If you were using units of 4, you could potentially have the same model in the same units. Yes, it may not look the greatest, but it could be a good way to distinguish the units. However, you probably won't be using these in 4, or at least not that often. And like I said, it would look better if they were mixed. So the chances are you're going to be using these in 2 units of 6, as they are at the moment. Now personally, I plan to get another 6 of these to give me 2 units of 9. That's going to be the maximum that we can take, presumably. Obviously in the Indomitus box set it's a maximum of 6 scarabs, but I'm sure when the codex comes it will be 9 as it is at the moment. Now obviously you can distinguish the units by changing up the base as well, putting different material onto the base for one unit compared to the other, so that's another option and probably something that I'm going to do. But for this video we're going to have a look at converting these to make them look different. So let's put one set of 6 aside. So this is basically a duplication of the 3 miniatures, and I'm thinking, how can we convert these little scarabs? Looking closely at them, I think the best way is to cut 1 or 2 scarabs off of each swarm. The outside ones here aren't actually joined by a huge amount, so we can cut 1 or 2 of these off and then reposition them either on top of some of the other scarabs, I mean it is a swarm after all, or just in a different area on the base. And if we do that on each one of these, then it's going to make the units look totally different. Okay, so I've been working on these bases. So I've cut a few scarabs off, I've reshaped them and re-glued them back into different positions. The front row here are the original scarabs, and then on this one here, for example, I've taken this little scarab off and I glued it to the front just there. And then on this one here I took this scarab off and re-glued it slightly forward just there. And then on the other one I took this scarab off and I glued it to the side of the big one just there. I've also been working on some of the others, making even more changes so that all of the bases here look different. And that means I can split those there as a unit of 6, bring in 3 more original bases, and I've got 2 units of 6. It just goes to show you that with a few minor changes you can really make the models look different. Don't forget, of course, to let me know what you think of them in the comments box below. Now this video is the last in a whole series of videos of me converting the Indomitus Necron miniatures. So if you haven't seen any of the other videos, then here is the playlist featuring all of the units that I've converted. Beam me up!